This video is best viewed in full screen mode, and on YouTube that's this icon right here. And if you have a high bandwidth connection, you also want to watch it in HD, which is this icon right here. This video goes over all aspects of backing up and all of the backup options. First thing to go over here real quick is we go to user preferences, and here you can select what kind of backup type you want, a minimum or a maximum or a minimum type of backup. Unless you're really hurting on disk drive space, you want to select the maximum backup. Over here is whether or not you are backing up automatically or manually. I would select auto backup. There's no reason not to do that, and it just backs up every time you close the program. And this here is the option of having a secondary backup. All data is backed up to a subdirectory with from where the application is installed. But if you want to, you can also back up to a different location, and this is especially handy if you have a second hard drive. You can back up to that hard drive, and then if one hard drive crashes, you have a second set of backups on the other hard drive. Another thing about backing up I want to go over real quick is if you say open folder, open the application folder, there's this database folder, and inside that is your data. And this is where actually all the data in the Judgment Management System is stored. And whenever you're doing a backup, you're basically copying off all this information. If you want to, you can go in here and you could create a new folder. And I was going to call it My Stuff. And it's important that you make a separate folder. You don't want to mess at all with these folders or put anything inside of here. But you can create your own separate folder, and you could put documents and whatever you wanted in there. And then whenever the database is backed up, your stuff will get backed up also. But you don't want to go crazy and put in a gigabyte worth of images in there, because then every time the system backs up, it's going to have to copy a gig of data. So use that in a reasonable way, but I just wanted to make that make you aware of the fact that that is an option that is available to you. Okay, now let's go over this backup menu. You just click here, you can back up the database, and that's what just happened. And if we have an automatic backup or not set up, anytime that you want, you can go over there and just click on that and back up the database. If all you have set is manual backup, then you want to make sure you do that from time to time. Another thing you do is you can, let's go over here and take a scenario where for some reason you accidentally messed up and you wiped out that case number and you saved it. And you're like, oh no, I lost my case number. What am I going to do? Well, you can go to the backup and you can say, show history for this record. And what this does is this takes you into a different mode here. And this lists all of the different times that this particular record was backed up. And you can go to any one of these dates and times, and it'll show you what the record looked like at that particular date and time. So in this case, you generally want to go to the top one on the list. So I'm going to click on that. And there it is. There's the record from the last time I saved it. And there is the case number. Now I got two choices. I could copy that and say exit view history and then paste it back into the live document. Or if I know that no changes were made since the last time I backed up, I could just say replace current record with this one. And what that's going to do is going to take this backed up version and it's going to replace the current live version of this one particular record with this backed up version. So I click on that and it says, are you sure? And it says, are you really, really sure? Because it just wants to double check, because this will overwrite your current record. Say yeah, and then there you are. Your record has been restored and you now have your case number. All right, and the next item on the backup list is to load the backup database. And what this does is brings you up a list of your backups. This is your primary backups, and this is your backup to your secondary hard drive or your secondary location if you have that set up. And so we're going to go ahead and pick that backup there. And what this is going to do is it's going to load the backup from that date and time. It's going to load the complete database into your system. Now you haven't overwritten your current live data. All you're doing is just you're viewing the backed up database. And so you can go through here and you can search through and look at all the records and look at all your data. And one of the main reasons you're probably doing this is for some reason you want to restore or backup, take a backup version and make it your live version. And before you would go do that, this gives you the opportunity to look at all your data and just make sure that it all makes sense and it's the version of the backup that you do want to restore. And then you can click on this here, and what this will do is this will take this backed up database and basically make it your live database. So you click on that, and it says, are you sure you want to delete the live database and replace it with this backup from the date and time here? And you say yes. And it says, are you really, really sure? Because this is a pretty important thing you're doing here. You're going to overwrite all your live data with the backup version. So it just wants to make sure. So you click OK, and then boom, there you are. You got your backed up version as your live version. One thing to keep in mind, if you go and you do try to do a restore from the backup, and it gives you some sort of message that says it couldn't be done, make sure all the documents that you may have open, close those all down, and any file folders that you may have open that are, close those all down, because they cannot do the backup if you have a folder that's open inside the database, or if you have a document open that is from inside the database. And that is the procedure for restoring from a backup. About backing up, I think it's a good idea to back your data up online to the internet somewhere. In that case, you have some sort of catastrophic failure, your house burns down, whatever, you're covered and you'll have your data available to you. This website here, Mozy.com, they have a 2 gigabyte backup regiment that's free, and that 2 gigabytes will certainly cover all the data you'd ever have in your judgment management system. So this is just something to consider that I would recommend, is back your stuff up online, and then you're covered no matter what happens. And that's pretty much everything you ever want to know about backing up in regards to the judgment management system.